It enormously, as he is known to do, by using profane language and throwing the free agency stuff in his face. And the Warriors, in an attempt to protect Kevin Durant, and an attempt to put their arms around Kevin Durant and say, KD, we love you, man. We're not going to let this guy be mean to you. They suspend the heart and soul of their team. They suspend the guy that unlocked their small ball lineup. A guy that a lot of people thought, not Steph Curry, was the most important player on that first championship team. Not the best, but the most important. They suspend him. They didn't suspend Draymond when he tried to fight the coach 3 years ago. Had to be held back in the locker room.
And the reason why is because Kevin Durant's more important than Steve Kerr. As far as this franchise going forward, them repeating, them three-peating, and going forward, who's more important? Steve Kerr. If I could pick one guy right now in the organization, is it Steve Kerr or KD? The ownership would pick KD. And all KD did, Jenna, people with their sensitive Draymond, now he's all sensitive. All he did in a closeout game situation, game's tied, one of his teammates gets the rebound, he calls for the ball. But give me the ball. Give it to me. It's a tie game. He's one of the best scorers in the world, one of the best scorers we have ever seen. I don't know what Draymond, was he trying to set someone up? Like, what was Draymond doing?
He was trying to do what they often do in that situation, take advantage of the chaos, drive down the court, and then
So you agree with the play of Draymond, the basketball play that he ended up turning the ball over?
I think that's what I've seen the Warriors do for years, even with Kevin Durant. Push in those situations. Don't call timeout, push. Now,
okay, but let's do this, though. Okay.
Yeah.
We saw what happened, though.
Yeah, the result was
easily, when you come back, typically, the guy who made the mistake is like, my bad, I misread the situation, I was trying to break down the defense, and I was going to throw it back out to you. No, that didn't happen. So Draymond got offended because KD asked for the basketball. So what is it then?
I don't think he was offended for him asking for the ball.
He said he talked to him in the wrong way.
I think he was offended for how he talked to him in the huddle, not for asking for the ball. I mean, go ahead.
KD didn't do anything wrong. He asked for the ball to be able to close out the game. Draymond didn't give him the ball. Now, Draymond took exception to it now because he had a chance. You know what you've been saying about free agency? It's been bothering me all along. And now I'm getting ready to get a chance to say something. So for one, he called him with something that you know you're going to have problems moving forward. And as an employer, as the owner of the team, the general manager, they had to do something to Draymond. They had to make him leave there. They had to suspend him for a game to protect KD. Because KD it was a basketball play. It wasn't personal. It's Draymond who made it personal by saying these other things. And then once it got to the locker room where it should have been squashed, as far as your free agency, it has been bothering me. So he continued with it that Steph had to go and meet with Draymond because I believe Steph's the only one in the organization right now that can talk to Draymond.
You said something earlier that I agree with, that Draymond would never have called Steph or Clay that word. That he would call Kerr that, he would call KD that. Even though Draymond was the prime recruiter of Kevin Durant, we have seen them be at odds multiple times. But let me ask you a different question as well. Do you think KD would have come at Steph or Clay the way he came at Draymond? Because I don't. And I think that's what sets Draymond off.
If Clay and Draymond, if Clay has the ball, all right? Clay is not a great dribbler. If Clay had dribbled the ball and turned the ball over, I'm sure that Steph and KD would have been calling for the ball. If Steph has the ball, there's no need for me to call for the ball. It's time for me to run the lane. If Steph has the ball, there's no need for me to beg for the ball in the backcourt. So based on their skill level and what the player, this is real basketball. A basketball question, KD was making the best basketball play, and Draymond got mad, because how he talked to him about the best basketball play.
What is the root of their problems here? Because
the root, this is the people act like it's just a media creation. There is, for all elements involved, for Kevin Durant, it's how much credit I've been the finals MVP 2 years in a row. How much credit do I get from the basketball world, from my own teammates? For the Warriors, we won a title without you. And now for the second straight year, the story of our season, of a defending championship season, a big part of it's going to be what you're doing next. The story of Kevin Durant's going to supersede the story of the team. Like, there is real conflict there. There is real tension there, and you saw it. And you mentioned, Draymond bringing up the free agency stuff. Man, it sure looked to me, and people can check it out on Twitter. It might be playing on this clip. Kevin Durant walking onto the court before overtime says, that's why I'm out. That Kevin Durant, during the game in real time, is talking about his pending free agency. Like, that's not just Draymond. Like, of course, Draymond inflamed the situation, but I'm surprised that you're saying as an employer they had to suspend him.
They had to protect them. You can't treat someone, you can't call people out their name. They're at work, Nick. I know it's an NBA game and we got the ticket and we think, oh man, oh it's fun, oh it's entertainment. That's a workplace. And you can't threaten someone. You can't make someone feel uncomfortable. You can't call someone a B and just think, oh, it's just going to go away.
I think guys in the NBA locker rooms all year long, and I know that you would say in NFL locker rooms, guys have had these types of conflicts and not had to miss the game.
If they don't get resolved, the organization has to be able to protect one of the players. If you feel like someone has an advantage, you have to be able to protect one of the players. Did you think in the NFL locker room we would have resolved?
We would have had a fight.
The big man would have won. Then you wouldn't have had to protect the guy. But in this case, when you have someone personally calling someone outside of their name, and it's Draymond, someone who's already attacked the coach, oh, what should they do? Oh, just let him keep going on. All right? Because Draymond hadn't talked to KD. You saw KD. That was last night. Mm-hmm. Have you talked to Draymond?
Spoken.
No.
And it's not resolved.
Will it get resolved? Do you think this gets resolved?
Eventually, it'll be okay. But the organization picked a side here. The organization said what C said. Man, Kevin Durant's more important.
And the reason why, because you forced him to. Draymond forced him by continuing it on into the locker room. When he started talking about free agency and he wouldn't let it go, the organization had to step in.
We got to go.
Let somebody call. Yeah,
back here tomorrow morning at 6:30 Eastern.
Somebody call Shannon. See what it's going to take.
All right, ask Shannon. Undisputed starts now.
Somebody call him that. See?
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy. Let's go face to face. I embrace debate. I don't make mistakes. I just make my case. Drop the mic when I'm done. One more can I say? Bite to my tongue. I don't like the taste. I'm on and I'm on and I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone. Need a zone out of zone. And then we can get it poppin'. Pick the topic if you want to skip the shot. Skip that hoppin'. Pick these sports and man, I'm all right. Undisputed.
Welcome to Undisputed. We're live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Morning.
Good morning, Jenny. How you doing today?
Where's the celebration? Where's Unk? I miss Unk.
What we celebrated?
The Warriors dynasty just collapsed.
Whoa!
Heavens just opened up for LeBron James next year. He's got a shot at winning a championship next year because the Warriors are done.
Why you say that?
How we're about to...
Jenny, how are you again, Jenny? Before I was so rudely interrupted, how are you doing today?
I'm great.
I can't
Thanks for
believe
asking.
you missed the whole boat here.
Nah, I don't celebrate things like that, Skip.
You just didn't get it. Well,
I do get
right,
it.
I'll explain it to you right now.
We'll see if we'll be celebrating later. We've got a lot to get to today. Like the fact if the Cowboys are going to give Dak some big bucks, maybe. And Shannon's guy LeBron, are they going to keep winning? How about those Lakers? But we have to start with the drama. What is going on with the Warriors? Draymond Green was suspended without pay for last night's game against the Hawks. At the end of the fourth quarter on Sunday, Draymond and Kevin Durant got in a heated exchange on the bench after Draymond dribbled the ball up the court, ignored KD, who was calling for the ball. According to The Athletic, Draymond repeatedly called KD an offensive name, and the tension allegedly carried into the locker room, with Draymond criticizing KD for multiple things, including how he's handled his impending free agency and saying he's made the season about him. And by the way, the Warriors did win last night. Let's take a listen to KD after the game.
Hey, Kevin, have you and Draymond been able to hash anything out?
No.
Do you see that happening anytime soon?
I'm sure it will. We got a long season ahead.
Did he cross the line with anything last night that was said?
I'm gonna keep that in house. That's what we do here. I mean, obviously, I know you guys got a job to do, but I'm not trying to get nobody no headlines. What happened. We're trying to move on. Just trying to play basketball.
Kevin, just following up on that real quick. Were you surprised he got suspended?
I was just focused on the game. I didn't really care either way. I was just focused on trying to come out here and finish this back-to-back off.
Kevin, how would you sort of describe your friendship with Draymond? It seems like you guys have been friends for even before you became a Warrior. Is that fair to say?
I don't really think that even matters at this point right now. I mean, we just had a game. Anybody want to talk about the game?
Talk about the game.
Ask a question about the game.
Okay. Shannon, are you surprised the Warriors suspended Draymond?
I am a little surprised. And what size was that sweatshirt that KD had on? A 10X? Jeez, that thing is huge.
Is that all you got?
No.
He's got to take a shot at KD.
No.
Sure?
Whoa.
He's the best player in basketball. Give him.
And what did Draymond call it? You told me 2 years ago, Skip
I
Bayless,
did.
that Draymond.
My turn to talk.
No,
Skip, please.
Why would you do that? Why would you interrupt me from the get-go? Jenny said it was me to go
He
first.
repeatedly called him the B word.
And what did he repeatedly call KD? You told me that Draymond would never, ever do that to anybody other than LeBron James. But that's neither here nor there, Jenny.
No, that's here. And it's not even there. That's right here, right now.
Jenny, you asked me the question, am I surprised? I am a little surprised, considering in February of 2016, in a game in OKC, Skip, you remember this game, they were down by as many as 20 points. It was reported that Draymond had to be restrained from going after Steve Kerr.
At halftime.
At halftime of the ball game. They could be heard screaming and yelling at each other from the outside.
I am not a robot. If you don't want me to shoot, I won't shoot. And he didn't shoot in the second half. But go ahead.
He wasn't suspended. It's hard for me to believe, Skip Bayless, that Draymond Green, I don't know him personally, but observing him from a distance, it's hard for me to believe that he has not clashed with teammates before. He has not called them out of their names before. What is different about this situation?
The teammate.
Kevin Durant got an impending free agency. And we think that he might be leaving. And Draymond might be pushing him out the door. So before we let you walk away, Kevin Durant, we about to show you just how important you are. Draymond, go to your room. Even though you've been here for 7 years, even though you took less money to help put this thing together, never put it together, keep it together. Even though it was you that were crying on the phone after a Game 7 loss in your tower or outside, you called Kevin Durant.
That was the guy.
That was the guy. You did this. But you got to punish you, Draymond, because what you did, you stepped over the line. My thing is, Skip, is that Draymond said what he said. And the cliche is, the straw that broke the camel's back. But it's hard for me to believe that Draymond didn't feel this way in the beginning, because when Kevin Durant picked up his phone and at least entertained it, what do you think Draymond was thinking? Interesting, Skip. So for me, for them to, and I can, like I said, when he did what he did to Steve Kerr in OKC, they said he was fined an undisclosed amount of money. Had they fined Draymond an undisclosed amount of money, they could have brushed it aside. But when they took such a public stance, Skip, now they drew a line in the sand. Okay, it's the Warriors and KD over here. Draymond, you over there by yourself. Now, it was funny that Klay Thompson, when Draymond called LeBron James the B word, Klay Thompson said, I guess somebody was in their feelings. It's a big boy. This grown man game. I wonder if he went to Kevin Durant and said, KD, you in your feelings. I wonder if he said, you think he said that to him, Skip? Or you wondering? Okay.
Tell me when it's my turn.
It's not your turn, Skip.
I got so much I'm about to unleash.
I've only been going.
You keep missing points and missing points, but I'm just biting my lip.
Hold on. This is my argument. Okay. You'll get an opportunity to make yours, unless you want to speak for me. Thank you. But anyway.
What argument? Go ahead.
My thing is, I'm surprised, Jenny, for the simple fact is that Draymond had displayed this behavior before. And my question is, had they not lost, would he have been suspended? Because Mike Shanahan once told me, even after a great game, I will accept nothing in a win that I wouldn't in a loss. Because now his behavior was tolerated because eventually they came back and won that game in OKC. It was, you find him a little small amount of money. I don't know, I say small. It wasn't my money, so it was small. But they fined him, and they kept it moving. They lost this game. They said, well, Draymond kept it. But that's what Draymond does. Draymond keeps it going. And at some point in time, Draymond, you're going to have to stop calling people out of their names. Now, I don't know how they do it in the NBA. But you ain't got but one time. I'm going to be that one, Skip. And I might not can stop you from calling everybody that name. But I guarantee you I'll break you the habit of calling me that name. Kevin Durant let it slide. Kevin Durant, hey, we teammates. And once you go to that place right there, it's kind of hard to ever come back from it. But I'm telling you what's going to happen. I don't know how Draymond stays on this team, even if KD leaves. Because he already knows how the organization feels about him. So now what do, Skip Bayless? KD walks out of the door. How does Draymond stay? Because they chosen sides. They say, Draymond, although you've been here 7 years, although you've helped us win championships, the newcomer is more important than you. You stepped over the line, and we're going to punish you for it. But, boy, they got some big issues now. Ooh.
I think it's my turn now.
It is.
So, the question yesterday was, big deal, no big deal. And I said, this is a big deal. And all I knew at that point was that Draymond got the rebound, actually took it away from Kevin. Kevin let him have the rebound. And then Draymond took one look at Kevin and treated him like he was Sean Livingston and said, nah, I'm taking this ball and I'm going to dribble it all the way up court. And I'm going to dribble it all the way into a turnover because I'm not going to give you the last shot to win the game at the end of regulation, a game they did obviously lose in overtime with Kevin fouled out. That's all I really knew that they went back and forth on the bench. I had no idea that while they went back and forth on the bench, that Draymond Green resorted to calling Kevin Durant to his face with one player sitting in between him. I believe Clay was sitting in between him. But he resorted to calling him the one name you cannot take back, the B word. And the reports were from The Athletic. He called him the B word multiple times on the bench as they went back and forth, and then went into his free agency and made it a point of saying, you have made this whole year about you instead of us. There may be some truth to that, but once you've crossed those lines, you cannot cross back. That is the one word. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how I was raised, how I feel about that word. Yeah. Well, again, there's the N word, which is a whole nother issue. That's like in a world unto itself. But this is, no matter what color you are, that one word, man to man, if you let that one slip out of your lips, you can't get it back. You have burned the bridge. It's as close as you can get to spitting in that man's face. Yeah. And again, Draymond resorted to it in the heat of battle against LeBron in Game 4 at Cleveland, right, of that series, that the finals that LeBron bounced back when they were down 3-1. And again, the shock to me over that one was LeBron did let him take it back. LeBron did let it slide because they somehow made up and became not only friends again in the offseason after that, but they became business partners on Uninterrupted. And all of a sudden I look up and it's Draymond and LeBron in the shop on, the barbershop show. Right. So somehow they got by it. They got through it. This is Kevin Durant. He's built very differently than LeBron is built. LeBron is more about keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Like, I'd rather be close to you and sort of keep you on my side. Kevin, once you burn his bridge, it stays burned. And Russell Westbrook burned that bridge to the ground in Oklahoma City, and you know the rest of the story. He exited stage left, and he joined forces with Golden State. And again, you point out the great irony. It was Draymond Green, who after losing Game 7 and falling on their faces after they had a 3-1 lead, and it was in large part because he got suspended for Game 5, he was the one who went in the parking lot and calls Kevin Durant from the parking lot, according to Zach Lowe of ESPN. Right. Wow, really? You're the guy...